What is going on, guys? We have our final athletic redraft to react to. We are doing the 2022 draft. Why they did the 2022 draft when it happened literally 15 months ago, I have no clue, but I know there's going to be some absolutely spicy hot takes from this, considering it is so fresh. So without further ado, let's get into it. Final redraft. I think it's Sunday by now. I've been in Miami for 4 days. I got to diversify whenever I go on these short vacations for you guys, but let's go. Up first. Oh, Slavkovsky still first. Jiricek's it's like Slavkovsky, Jiricek, Cooley. You know me. Cooley should be number one. I didn't have to know before the season, before now that he has 4 points in 6 games, is tearing it up. Logan Cooley's best prospect from this draft. I knew it as soon as you started dominating in college hockey last year for Minnesota, second in the entire league in points per game, only behind Adam Fantilli. Kid's an absolute wizard with the puck. I cannot speak highly enough about this kid. The fact that Slavkovsky is still ahead of him, despite Slavkovsky doing jack dick at the NHL level last year. I thought he looked good in his first couple games in the NHL this year, but that's whack. And this was dropped like the 15th or 16th, so this was after their first couple games, after Cooley already had a 2-point night. David Jiricek, I do think is a stud, but Logan Cooley's in a tier of his own. I would have Logan Cooley as the only NHL All-Star top-of-the-line player right now in this draft, based on how dominant he was in college. Jiricek would be my number 2. Slavkovsky would probably be a lot lower. Moving on. Shane Wright, Korchinski high. Let's go. And Cutter Gauthier. So this is, obviously they knew that he made the team. I don't know how many games they saw before they made this list because it was posted on like October 16th. But Kevin Korchinski was a reach on draft night. I feel like people forget that nowadays. But he is absolutely balling out, not balling out points-wise, but he's looked very good as a 19-year-old for the Chicago Blackhawks this year. I like that placement. I maybe would have put Cutter Gauthier a spot or two higher. I think I'd put Cutter Gauthier 4. I'd keep Korchinski at 5. I'd move Shane Wright at 6. Shane Wright did not really impress me in the OHL last year. Just going to say that. And obviously, he got scratched a couple times at the AHL level last year. Wasn't that impressive. Bubble, top of the line, middle lineup player. Simon Nemec, I'd have him in that tier up, me personally. He looked very good in the AHL last year. Hopefully he gets some NHL time this year, but I would definitely have him up. Pavel Minchkov's very good. Minchkov's playing for the Anaheim Ducks right now. Very skilled offensive defenseman. I think that's fair placement. Casper, Bystad, Pickering, all makes sense. Liam Bichelle, I'd probably move down. I think he kind of got drafted a little bit too high based on his build, big body defenseman. He hasn't really impressed me in the Swedish league and the Swiss league last year. He didn't really produce that much. Snuggerud was Logan Cooley's right-hand man at the college level last year. That's a valid spot. I might even move him up a couple spots. He was like 5th in the entire nation in terms of scoring. He's another stud. Yuri Kulich killed the AHL last year. I would have him sniffing top 10. I would have him at a Bystad Casper. He had 45 points in 63 games last year. He's another stud. And then Miroshchenko, very good as well. Watch that name bad. Middle lineup player. Noah Ostlund. Joakim Kamela was very high at draft time. He didn't do that good at Liga last year, so I think this actually is a pretty fair placement. Savoy got outplayed by Benson, and Benson's another stud, don't get me wrong, but I think people are going to probably want Savoy higher. I understand where they're coming from on that. He didn't take that next step in his draft year +1. Rucker McGrody looked very good in college as a freshman. He was playing with Adam Fantilli. That definitely helps you out. I would maybe move him up a couple spots, and he's looking very good as the best player on Michigan this year. Danil Yurov, I was very high on him in the draft process. I would move him up in the MHL. He tore it up. Lane Hutson at 25. That's bad. Why is he below like Maverick Lemois or whatever? Why is he behind Connor Geeky? What is that? That's not good. That's garbage. Lane Hutson should legitimately be up with Minchikov and Nemec. 1,000%. He should be top 10 easy. The most productive freshman year by a most productive freshman year by an NCAA player since Brian Leach. That's how productive he was. He absolutely shot on like Owen Power as a freshman, Luke Hughes as a freshman. He was a beast. Brad Lambert, I'd move up a couple spots. Reed Schaefer, I'd honestly move down a couple spots. Denton Matachuk, that's a little bit low. I'd have him ahead of Philman, Liam Ogren. Okay, that's okay. But a couple sleepers there. That's bad. Why am I getting these Timothy Chalamet ads? Bleu de Chanel. Projected to play NHL games. Cameron Lund, I think he's a Seattle Kraken prospect. He's pretty solid. Jordan Dumas, I don't know how to pronounce that, but he absolutely killed it last year. I believe he plays for the Quebec Remparts. He should be higher, definitely. Fraser Midden should be a little bit high. Oh, Matthew Poitras checking in at 42. That's not good. That is not good. Matthew Poitras, obviously, he's risen more. This was written a couple days into the season, but Poitras tore it up in the preseason. He should be, if we're doing it right now, he should be like top 15. Even before the season, he should have been top 25. Seamus Casey's tearing it up at Michigan right now. He should definitely be like 10 spots higher. Artem Duda did really good in Russia last year, 53. He should be higher. It's weird. They used to have on the other ones, they had like where they actually win in the draft. I don't like how it doesn't have this. But Duda's a stud. I'll give some Russians some love. Philip Meshar, that's a little bit low for him, I feel. Has a chance to play NHL games. I'm not going to know a lot of these guys. I'm going to say Islander and then point to him. Savoy, there's another Savoy. Cruz Lucius instead of Chaz. Adam Soroka, he's a pretty solid Rangers prospect. I recognize him. And yeah, all right, this one was whack. This one was fully whack. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go back to the top. Slavkovsky, not number 1. It should be Cooley. Slavkovsky should be down to like 6, man. Jiricek, I can get behind number 2. Gauthier, a couple spots up. I like the Korchinski respect. I got to give them some respect for giving Korchinski some respect. Snuggerud, a couple spots up. Kulich, a couple spots up. Marco Kasper, maybe a couple spots down. McGrody, a couple spots up. Lane Hudson, that one's nuts. Brad Lambert needs to be higher. Matacek needs to be higher. But overall, that might be their worst one yet, just because they still had Slavkovsky at top. That's bad. That's really bad. But let me know in the comments, like I always say, what do you think? What do you disagree with, agree with, or who are they too high on, who are they too low on? I want to hear from you guys. And I will see you guys in the next one. The next video will be some original videos after I posted all these redraft reactions. We're going to be fresh. I'm going to be back in the studio cooking up stuff for you guys. I will see you.